My name is Keith Brown. I really appreciate you having me here today. I want to share a story with you about how I was able to accomplish a milestone in my life and the two principles that allowed me to do that. By the way, for those that don't know, is I work as a professional magician and corporate entertainer. And for the last 17 years, I've made a living on stage. That is impressive because I barely look 17. And one of the two principles that allowed me to accomplish one of these milestones in my life, the first was asking myself the question, what if? I asked myself this question a lot as a magician. You know, what if I could pull a glass of champagne out of an envelope? What would that look like? What if I could read your mind? What would that look like? Now, the other principle that has always helped me is that you can't just wish for something. You need to be willing to ask for it. Because if you don't ask for it, you don't get it, okay? It's as simple as that. Now, as I mentioned, I do make a living at corporate events, but I also, in the public, do public shows in the summer. So I take my show on the road, and I typically go to theater festivals across North America. And I've been doing that for about the last 8 years, and I've been to over 30 different cities. And thank you. And I'm at an event, I'm with one of my touring friends, and we're backstage, we're about to do a storytelling event, and she says to me, you know, Iceland is going to have the first ever Fringe festival. Oh. So I go home that night and I Google it, because typically my tour takes me across North America. And I look up the first ever Reykjavik Fringe festival, only to find out that applications have already closed. But you know what? I don't like accepting defeat too easily. So I say, you know, what if I just send them an email and I just ask if I can apply anyway? So I type up this thing, I say, hey, my name's Keith Brown, this is what I do, this is who I am. Is it still okay if I apply to your festival? And within a day, I get a response. It says, sure, just send us the money. And I'm like, you know, are they just trying to grease me for like $50 and say, better luck next year, kid? But I'm like, you know what? It's not that much money. I've already sent this email. I may as well do it. So I send in the money, and I wait, and I wait, and I wait. And a week later, I get an email back from them that says, congratulations, you've been accepted to the first ever Reykjavik Fringe Festival. Thank you. And they're offering me 8 shows in the capital. Now, I email my friend who's told me about the festival in the first place, and I say, thank you so much. They've accepted me. I'm going to go do 8 shows in Iceland. This is incredible. And she goes, you know what? There's actually this hostel in the west. It's in a small town called Rif, and it's called the Freezer Hostel. And they have this beautiful theater there, and they do shows every day. You should ask them if you can perform there. And I'm like, you know what? I've already sent 1 email. Why not send the second? So I Google this place, and I find an email, and I send them an email. I say, hey, my name's Keith. This is who I am. This is what I do. I would love to perform at your theater. And this man gets back to me, and he says, no, I don't want you to perform just once. I want you to perform for 2 nights at my theater. And it's all because I asked. I could have been in the exact same position before, but all I did was ask somebody, and both times these people had said yes to me. So I go from just performing in North America to now flying all the way to Iceland and going from doing 8 shows all the way doing to 10 public performances in Iceland. But that's not all. A couple days before I'm about to leave, I'm in my hometown of London, Ontario, and I'm having dinner with my parents. And my dad says, you know, the First Lady of Iceland is born in Ottawa. You should invite her to your show. And I immediately dismiss my father. I'm like, what if? You know, it doesn't matter. Just pass this all, Dad. There's no way that the President and the First Lady of Iceland are going to come to my magic show. But you know what? I don't like this thinking, because for all the reasons that you can think of a reason not to do it, all you need is one reason to do it, to say yes. So the next day, I wake up, and this idea that my dad has planted in my brain is germinating. And I'm now asking myself, you know, what if they were to come to my show? What would I have to do to make that happen? So I start Googling, and I find a presidential website with a presidential email. And you know, I've already sent 2 emails. Why not send a 3rd? So I tell them, who I am and what I do and why I'm in town, and I don't think anything of it. And the next day, the day that I am supposed to leave, I get an email back from the personal assistant to the president of Iceland. And she says, "We're very much interested in your show. Is it a family-friendly event? Please tell us more." It's a family-friendly show now. And I'm responding to this email right before I get on the plane to fly to Iceland. By the way, I'm taking screenshots and I'm sharing this on social media. And people are going crazy for it. And by the time that I land in Iceland, I've gotten a second email back from the personal assistant to the president, and it says, "The First Lady would like to accept. She will be there Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. at your opening night." And when I get this email, I am across the table from an Icelandic magician that I just met, and he's helping me out on this journey in a new foreign land, and I'm freaking out. The First Lady of Iceland is going to come to my magic show. And he asked me, Keith, what's up? And I said, "The First Lady, she's going to be there." And I can't contain my excitement. And he goes, "Oh." Now, to put this in perspective, the entire population of Iceland is the same population as my hometown of London, Ontario. It's 350,000 people. Everyone knows each other. Everyone has gone to high school. There's some connection some way or another. So this Icelandic magician, when I tell him that the First Lady of Iceland is going to be at my magic show, goes, "Yeah, I see her at the grocery store. Seen her at the pool." Yeah. To them, everyone knows each other. No one is too famous in Iceland. So now it's opening night, and I am backstage, and it is minutes to showtime. And because I've been sharing all of this on my social media, I continue to do so. So I make a video. I say, "Hey, it's Keith. I'm backstage right now. It's opening night, and the First Lady of Iceland said she'd be here. I'll update you after the show." And as soon as I hit send, my stage manager walks in and goes, "She's here. She's here." And at this point, they're calling my name, and I'm walking out on stage and sitting front row center with her 5- and 7-year-old daughter and son is the First Lady of Iceland. Now, to me, this really goes to show you that if you want something, you need to ask for it. But you need to be careful what you ask for, because you just might get it. But ladies and gentlemen, would you like to see the trick that I performed for the First Lady? Yes? Excellent. I do need someone to help me out with this. And you know what? There's a fantastic person. You're right in the second row. You have this wonderful, shiny, yes. What's your name? Okay, Melanie, can you come up here as everyone welcomes you? Let's hear it for Melanie. And Melanie, I'm going to have you stand right here for me, please. You can come closer. I don't bite. I don't want you to wave to everyone. They're all going to wave back. Cool, huh? And I need you to do me a favor. I need you to take out any playing card you like. And you know what? It doesn't matter if I see it, because I'm going to ask you for your autograph. So I want you to take this marker, and nice and big, I want you to sign it across the identity of your playing card. Yeah. And if you want, you can do like a little doodle. You can do like a smiley face or something. You can do whatever you want. It's your life. And when you're done, I'll take that marker back. And I want you to show the card around to everyone, Melanie, and go, "Ooh." I already saw the card. Don't worry. It's the 10 of diamonds. Look, we'll take that card back. 10 of diamonds signed. Look, we're going to place that card in. But Melanie, I left it sticking out just a little bit so you can see it really does go in. And look, I'm going to make your card vanish from the deck. It looks like this. Gone. Thank you. Impressive. I know. But the thing is, ladies and gentlemen, if a card vanishes, it needs to reappear somewhere. And inside my pocket, I have a playing card. And Melanie, yes or no, is that your signature? Ladies and gentlemen, the 10 of diamonds. Thank you. Melanie, the reason I have you sign it is just so like people don't think I have a pocket full of 10 of diamonds already. But that is your signature. And look, super fairly, we're going to place that card back into the center. And again, gone. And if you look, you're not going to see a 10 of diamonds anywhere. You're not going to see your signed card anywhere, because it has completely vanished from the deck. And again, one more time, it appears back inside my pocket. It doesn't even need to be the card. You're already clapping. But yes or no, is that your signature? Ladies and gentlemen, the 10 of diamonds. Thank you very much. Big round of applause for Melanie. Thank you so much for helping me. And Melanie, you get to keep that as well as this round of applause. Let's keep it going for her. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, my name's Keith Brown. If you want something, ask for it, because you just might get it. Thank you very much. Thank you.